Hi guys, I am just finishing up a couple of things here and then we'll get started. eBay was acting crazy tonight. It didn't send me a bunch of my end of transaction notices. That's what I used to make our spreadsheet. And then some of them it sent me, but they were all kind of gibberish, not even anything written out. It was very weird. Anyway, I had to go manually fill in the blanks on a lot of stuff and it slowed me down a bunch. So I'm just finishing up a couple little odds and ends here, and then we'll be ready to go. So bear with me just a minute. I don't have chat up yet either, so if you're talking to me in chat, I'll see it here in a second, but I don't see it at this moment. But I will have it here in just a second. We're almost there. I have got to do one last thing, and then we're going to be ready to rock. Okay, so tonight we have got a lot of memorabilia that we're doing. And then one half case break that'll be Gypsy Queen. But we're going to start off tonight with the memorabilia. And you know, we go through some information at the start of each break before we start ripping the plastic on things. So let me get that up and get chat up. And we're almost ready to go. Okay, so what you see on the screen there is a couple of things. The first one is that my feedback is completely automated on eBay. So if it is that you leave positive feedback for me, you should instantly get it in return. Don't have to wait on me like you had to wait on me tonight for the last couple of minutes. Sorry again. Second and most important thing is to say thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you that bids with me, breaks with me, chats with me. You keep me in line, so thank you for all of that. Next up, we're going to take a look at the breaks that are coming up for the next few days here. This is stuff that is already listed on eBay and is up and available for bidding right now. Sorry, my asthma's acting up a little bit tonight, so I apologize for the intermittent coughing and etc. Hopefully that little inhaler right there is going to help me. 'Tis the season of allergies and asthma. So tomorrow night you'll see we have a couple of multi-sport things going on. A multi-sport jersey and then 3 boxes of Leaf Icons cut signature, which is also multi-sport. We're going to do some more Trinity baseball and a Hit Parade signature basketball, the Chicago show exclusive. We're also going to do a quarter case of Donruss basketball, looking for some more of those next day autographs. Monday, we've got all kinds of things going. 14 translucent, 2012 black, another full-size helmet, half case of prime signatures from 2011, and the last of the Topps Heritage Baseball is going to go Monday night. Tuesday, we will do an autographed jersey. We're also going to do this as an interesting little break right there. That is a full case of Leaf Draft Blasters. It's going to have 40 hits in it. The spots are listed by first letter of last name. So, you know, Baker Mayfield would be last name M, for example. And they package the hits separately in those blaster boxes. So we're only going to open the hits live in the break. But then I'm also going to send each bidder some of those unopened packs, which are just base cards. But that's how we're going to do that. We'll also do our last full case of National Treasures football on Tuesday night, and we'll do our last full case of Revolution basketball as well. On Wednesday, we have got another autographed football. We're going to do one of those tonight. Another autographed full-size helmet from a different series. Flawless football, which comes out on Wednesday, and then Panini Optic basketball also comes out on Wednesday. Thursday, we'll do a little more Trinity, some more prime signatures, some more flawless, and we'll do some more Gypsy Queen as well. For tonight, There's most of our breaks tonight have free shipping. Whenever I have a break up with completely free shipping, it's going to go out 5 or 6 days after the auction ends. So all the free shipping stuff tonight will ship approximately Friday of this upcoming week. That's the full-size football helmet. That's the full-size football, the mini football helmet, and the gold signature edition baseball. The paid shipping break tonight, which is Topps Gypsy Queen, I expect to ship on or about Tuesday. All of this is always plus or minus a day, meaning it could go a day earlier, could go a day later. The other thing to note on here, if you're in one of these first 4 breaks that have free shipping, not everyone's going to pull something. If your team is not pulled, you hit nothing at all in a break, you're still entitled to a consolation trading card in a year, any series for your team. Those are typically sent with your next package. If you want it sent sooner, I can. You just need to go into eBay, send me a message, and let me know. There's more information about that in the listing description as well. So first up tonight, 2018 Hit Parade Series 13 autographed full-size football helmet break number 11. So the 11th time that we've done a 2018 Hit Parade full-size this year. Our eBay end date for everything that we're working on tonight is tonight, Saturday, March the 31st. Tomorrow's Easter, of course, and April Fool's Day. How about that? And, of course, team names are on the left. Your name in lights across from it as the winning bidder on the right-hand side. Now, while I'm scrolling through this, if you guys happen to notice a mistake in there, please let me know. As I said, I was having to kind of hunt and peck, so to speak. A lot of my end of transaction notices didn't come through, so I was trying to manually search for these things and cut and paste them that way. And it's definitely not outside the realm of possibility that I made a mistake cutting and pasting or whatever. That would not affect shipping because I ship from the PayPal invoices, but it would affect how it looks on the spreadsheet. So if I have something wrong in there, feel free to let me know. I will fix it right now while we're live streaming. The other thing I should probably tell you, I usually say that and I forgot tonight. You saw the background go out of focus there, but that was on purpose. I don't use autofocus during the breaks. And when I manually set the focus, I set it so that we can look at everything really close to the camera. And when I change the settings, that's what makes the background go out of focus. This is, oh, there's the little sticker. Usually there's a little sticker that tells you who it is, and that's what I was looking for. So oddly enough, this is the second Buffalo Bills helmet that we have pulled recently after like hardly ever pulling the Bills. Now we've pulled 2 pretty close to one another. That is Fred Jackson is your signature there on this helmet for the Bills. And there's our authentication. It just went flying off the side there. So our COA is from Dave and Adams, and I guess that's it. Sometimes there's an extra little sticker or something, COA sticker, but there's not on this one. So once again, for the Buffalo Bills, it is Fred Jackson. Of course, you know, we go through these dry spells sometimes of not hitting a team, and then you hit them like crazy. I guess that's what's going on right now with the Hit Parade full-size helmet. But that is the last one from that series, so chances are when we get to the next series, we will probably have a little change of pace anyway. So let's get our spreadsheet up again, and as before, if you are in this break, please take a moment to review the info there with your anticipated shipping date, as well as what happens if you don't pull anything in the break. And this is new. This item they've just come out with. It just came out yesterday. This is a Hit Parade Series 1 autographed full-size football. Not a helmet, but an actual football. So this is break number 1 because, yeah, they just came out with it. I just got it yesterday, and here we are getting ready to see what we pull out of here. It had a really nice-looking group of signers. at least the ones they share with us. As you know, they never give us a full list of what's in something. They only give us a little glimpse of it. But what they showed us looked pretty good. So hopefully we're going to pull something awesome out of here. I'm trying to figure out how this box works. This is kind of, this is like a strange sort of box. I don't even know how to get in this thing. Yeah, that was a weird box. It doesn't even open up like a normal box. So it's in a little Hit Parade carry bag, as you see here, like our other Hit Parade items are, or like the helmets are. And it's also in some brown paper, oddly enough. And now, okay, that looks, I think, is that going to be, is that O.J. Howard? Who is that? Let's see if there's something on here that tells us who this is. So, no, there's a JSA authentication. So let me see if the inside of the bag has a little sticker or anything, because I don't know who that is. Oh, it does. And no, that's not even close to O.J. Howard, but you are going to like who it is. There's a little sticker that tells us. It's Paul Hornung. Right on. So Green Bay Packers with the autographed football tonight with the Paul Hornung. So cool. Took a minute for me to figure out who it was, but anyway, we eventually did. Thank goodness for the sticker in the edge. Oh, and then I see somebody's jumped into chat now telling me also that it was Paul Hornung. And you know what? You probably typed that in when I was still talking about trying to figure out who it was, but it takes a minute for it to pop up, so I didn't see it till just now. And of course, I've already figured it out now, but that's pretty good that you could read that signature. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with that, Wooglen. Next up is our Gold Rush autographed mini football helmet. This is break number 9 for that. And once again, if you're in this break, please take a moment to review the information on the screen in regards to your anticipated shipping date and what happens if you don't pull anything in the break. So 2018 Gold Rush Mini Helmet number 9 ended tonight, March 31st. Live streaming tonight, March 31st. Same as before. Team names on one side, winning bidders across from it. And I know we had someone in here who was having some invoice problems, and I was trying to get those fixed. And I do believe I got the invoice recombined again right before the break. So hopefully the payment has been taken care of by now for all of that. If it has not and you're still having problems, please jump into chat and let me know, and I will go back into eBay and try again. I don't know why it came uncombined really to begin with. Well, this is for the Texans, and I don't know who the signature is. Anybody have any ideas on that? I don't know who it is, but it is for the Texans. There's a JSA authentication card inside of it, and I'm sure if you plug that number in on the JSA website, it's going to tell you who it is. But off the top of my head, I don't know whose signature. Wooglen, do you know on this one? You recognize the Paul Hornung, and you were able to jump in and tell us who that was. Oh, look at that. He does know. He says it's Clowney. Excellent. And that's what I always want to call you Jordan when you're using that that email, Nick. So yeah, all right. So you guys both jumped in there and helped me out and said that is indeed Clowney. So thank you. I appreciate the help. I'm not good with reading those signatures. Almost as bad as I am about pronouncing the names. Next up is a Hit Parade Gold Signature Edition baseball box. This is number 4, break number 4 coming up. If you're in it, please take a moment, review the information you see there about your anticipated shipping date and what happens if you do not pull a card in the break. And same format as before. One team in here didn't sell. That was the Rockies. You'll see that it's designated there as no bids buyback. Anytime you see that, it just means an orphan team that nobody gave a forever home to, and it stays here with me if it were to come out as a Colorado Rocky. And that's this little guy right here. I think I have a Chicago Show Edition one of these left to open still yet too. It's a different group of cards on the Chicago Show Edition. And when we do the jerseys, again, different signers than are in the regular stuff. They produced some stuff just for a show in Chicago. So I got my hands on a little bit of that. This is just blank. And who do we have here? It is the Red Sox. It is numbered to 59. And you know I'm not going to say his name right. Garciaparra. Yeah, that's so wrong. So wrong. It is a out of museum collection, and of course we know that it is the Red Sox. Even though I can't pronounce his last name, you can see it there. So Red Sox with the hit out of the Hit Parade Gold Signature Edition. That brings us to our main event tonight, which is some Gypsy Queen baseball. It is the back part of a case that we started the other day. That is why you see it numbered there on the end, the boxes, because anytime I open a case and we're not going to break the whole case at once, I take all the boxes out, number them on the end, and then random chooses for us which ones we open in the first break versus the second. So the break for this Gypsy Queen, I expect to ship out on Tuesday. As the other stuff, it could possibly go Monday, though doubtful. It could possibly slide to Wednesday. I also don't expect that. I think Tuesday is our best and safest bet on that. 5 boxes of 2018 Gypsy Queen baseball. That makes up a half case. This is break number 4. And same as before, ended tonight, the 31st. Live streaming it tonight, the 31st. And of course, Gypsy Queen's been pretty good to us so far. Of course, it kind of always is. Gypsy Queen's such an awesome set. What we'll find in each box, a couple of on-card autographs, a box topper that's a nice little heavyweight chrome box topper, and a handful of inserts, and hopefully some short prints and things along the way as well. All the cards do ship. I get asked that a lot. Anytime, if we ever do a break where everything, not all the cards ship, it will say it in the description, right in the area where it says, you know, it gives you the date and time of the break, and then right below that it says we're opening whatever it is that we're opening. If ever there's something that varies and we don't, and all the cards aren't shipping, that's the area where it would say it. So if it doesn't ever say anything there, then you know everything's going to ship. Our box topper here, Ian Happ for the Cubbies, who knocked the first pitch of opening day, the first pitch of the first game on opening day, knocked it right out of the park. He did. So he is, he got off to a good start Thursday. So we do have a couple more cases of Gypsy Queen to go through. I know we've got a little bit of a break with me not opening it again until Thursday night. I've just got so much stuff right now and so much stuff coming out. Having a hard time finding space for everything. So we'll start a new case of this on Thursday night. We'll probably break it again Saturday or Sunday, or maybe both. And that, of course, being next week. And in between, we have the last of the Heritage that breaks on Monday night. And, of course, we've got some Trinity baseball that'll break as well Sunday, I think it is. And someone did let me know that for Trinity, there apparently are no hits for a couple of teams. So I removed those teams from break number 2 of Trinity. And I also did not list them for break number 3. So if you're missing a couple of teams, now you know why. So there are a lot of different short prints that we can find in here. Some are more scarce than others. The one that seems to be not showing up, but maybe once or twice a case, are the Jackie Robinson Day parallels or inserts. Tarot insert, Chris Davis for the A's. We'll find a bunch of those. There are also capless variations in here, although a couple of base cards show a player capless that is not part of the capless variation. Bazooka backs. You know, last year these were SSPs. This year they are not SSPs. They are still short prints, I guess. But basically it's an entirely parallel set this year. So within the set there is another Bazooka Joe back set. Does that make sense? We'll also find some that have the blank team names. We'll find some that have a lady's face that replaces the Gypsy Queen logo. This is probably going to be one of our black and white ones, number 250. That one for the A's. Trying to think what other variations we may run across. Sometimes when I switch back and forth between Heritage and Gypsy Queen, I have to stop and really think about which one goes to which, right? Because sometimes that's hard to keep up. With a blue border, we have Giancarlo numbered to 250 for the Yankees on the tarot insert. And what else? What else? That's most of our variations. That is for the Angels tarot insert. How about the Cubs and the Marlins the other day? My gosh, that was like the world's longest game, and yet somehow the Marlins came out and won. Like the Marlins with their whole team dismantled in the offseason. Manny Machado for the Orioles, and our little fortune teller mini. We'll find a bunch of those as well. But I would not even want to play in a game that was that long. I mean, those guys had to be worn out by the time they got done. Crazy. And, of course, my poor little Cincinnati Reds just getting thumped again. They tried to make a little bit of a game of it right at the very end, but, yeah, no go. Like, we knew we weren't going to be very good anyway, kind of, again. And then to start us off against the Nationals and the Cubs, I'm like, come on. Could have let the guys at least have maybe one semi-easy stand there in the beginning. Give them a little confidence or something, but no go. No fly zone. Ah, well, my poor Reds forever rebuilding. This is the example of one of the base cards, Justin Upton. Of course, he is capless. It's in his hand, but it's not on his head. But that is just his base card. That is not one of the inserts. Aroldis Chapman, Yankees, tarot. There's a little Ohtani, just base card. We need to find an Ohtani signature. That's what we need to find. Polanco for the Twins to 250 with the blue border. You know, I cut through this base at a pretty good little clip most of the time. And if you should happen to want me to go slower or faster, you can always jump into chat and let me know. Mike Trout for the Angels. And if you cannot see chat, you need to do a couple of things, one of which is to log into YouTube, and the second one is that you might need to, if you're on a mobile device, click the little link that says you want to see the desktop version. Rizzo for the Cubbies, that one, of course, is the blank team name variation. And also anybody who wants to keep me apprised of the Villanova, the score in the Villanova-Kansas game, hey, feel free. It wouldn't hurt my feelings at all for people to give me score updates. J.P. Crawford for the Phillies is our first on-card autograph hit out of this box. I was sad that Loyola Chicago lost. I really would like for them to have gone on to the championship game. They made it so far. Hey, there we go. There's a nice, it's a redemption, but a nice hit. Logo swap parallel, so that means it'll have the lady's face instead of the Gypsy Queen logo down there at the bottom. And of course, Rhys Hoskins is going to be for the Phillies, but we will go to the checklist and verify that at the end of the break. But that way everybody can see on the screen from the official Topps checklist that it is, in fact, the Phillies, although I'd say most of you probably know that already. So how about the first box just being all Phillies? Villanova is up 69-52. Thank you, David He-Man. I appreciate that. So at least Kansas is kind of making a game of it. The early part of the game was just ridiculous. They were down 22-4 or 24-2 or I don't know, something crazy. Down like 20 points in the first part of the game. And then I couldn't pay attention to it after that because it was time to get busy and get to work here. So at least I kind of hope Villanova wins, although really either one would be fine. I don't have a strong feeling either way. I just kind of, for whatever reason, I kind of generally am pulling for Villanova. But the main thing is just that it's a good game. I mean, nobody wants to watch a blowout. Adam Duvall for the Cincinnati Reds with the blank team name. 10:34 left. Okay, so they've got a ways to go yet before they finish up that one. The only good thing I can say is that in the one bracket I played this year, I normally play several brackets. I only played one. I did have Michigan winning it all, so at least I'm still alive in that regard. For the Giants, that is the logo swap that they were talking about on your redemption. It's where the lady's face takes the place of the Gypsy Queen logo. Jeff Bagwell, this will be a high number. Well, it's a base card short print, technically. So, Astros with a little SP action. And then we have Ozuna. And what is going on here with Ozuna? Something, but what? What is the question? I don't see the number 42, so it doesn't look like Jackie Robinson Day. What's going on with that one? Can anybody tell me? I mean, we've got the right Gypsy Queen logo. We've got the right team name. It's not blank. There's something about this that makes this why it was flipped over the opposite way, but I don't know what the something is. Fortune teller mini Noah Syndergaard for the Mets. So if anybody else happens to know what the deal is on that one, feel free to jump in and let me know, because I'm sure it'll make itself known at some point, but right at the moment, I'm not spotting whatever it is. Rosario for the Mets in the mini. That is box 1, locked and loaded. You know, there is a possible variation in here where it lists the wrong team. I'm sure most of you know that. If we were to come across one of those, like for instance, it showed Aaron Judge in his Yankees uniform, and we know he's a Yankee, but it said he was, you know, a Marlin or something, that would actually be an intentional error as part of the set, and it would, of course, go to the correct team, the Yankees. Jose Altuve for the Astros is our box topper. Whereas, of course, normally a card's going to go to the team that's displayed on it, but in the case of an intentional error, it would, of course, go to the team it's supposed to go to. All right, box 2 underway. I don't think we have any other baseball coming out next week that I can remember anyway. We've got Optic basketball and Flawless football on Wednesday. And then on Friday, is it Elite Draft Picks? Maybe Elite Draft Picks on Friday, and possibly Leaf Draft maybe Friday as well. David says it is now Villanova 71-57 with 8:48 left. Well, Villanova seems like they're holding their own in terms of the score. Of course, that's a long time left. Anything can happen in that amount of time. Fortune teller Minnie Benton says Yankees. I'm kind of sad, though, that March Madness is already over almost, other than Monday night. So the Cardinals have a hit with Tommy Pham coming out right at the early part of the box. Justin Bauer for the Marlins. And that is the lady's face in place of the logo, is the variation on it. I still can't figure out what was going on with that Ozuna a while ago, though. Definitely I'm going to have to give that one another once over later and see if I can find the variation. Giancarlo Tarot for the Yankees. There are Stanton box toppers in here that are still for the Marlins, just as an FYI. Numbered to 250, rookie Ozzie Albies for the Braves with the blue border. We pulled some pretty cool stuff out of Trinity last night. If you didn't watch that break, there were a lot of really nice patches in there. We pulled Ronald Acuna and Mackenzie Gore and Brendan McKay. It was actually really solid first half of that case. Carlos Carrasco for the Indians. And I've got another case of that too. And I thought about doing it as a full case, and I kind of meant to do it as a full case. That was kind of the intention in the back of my head. And then when I was listing, I forgot to change it to say 12 boxes in full case. It still said 6 boxes in half case. So I was like, well, I'm not going to pay to end all those auctions and relist them. So I guess we'll be breaking the second case as a half and a half also. Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers, tarot insert. A fortune teller mini, Astros, Carlos Correa. I just decided I'll wait and put those in a sleeve later. Then that way you don't have to wait on me to do that every time. Washington Nationals, Andrew Stevenson. That is the blank team name. And our second autograph in this box for the Milwaukee Brewers, Lewis Brinson, who we also pulled last night out of Trinity. And Cody Bellinger's in there. We pulled out a Bellinger redemption as well. Trinity, I mean. And I smashed up my thumb today. It is like a hot mess. It is so sore. It's at the post office. And I had already dropped off earlier in the day before the counter closed the majority of stuff I was shipping today. But there were a few things that I got done that I knew I could still get out if I put them in the drop little slot thing in the lobby. Because they picked that up until like an hour or two after the counter closes on Saturday, and it'll still go out today. So I ran back up there with those few odds and ends and thought, you know what, let's just be super productive. We'll get this extra little bit out. And I was putting it all in there. And the last one I put in, you could tell it was getting kind of high towards the top of whatever container catches it on the other side. And a lady came in behind me as I was getting ready to go out, and she tried to put this really thick package in there, and then she got it stuck. And she couldn't get her arm down in the little slot. Kevin Kermayer tarot insert. So I was like, well, I think I probably fit my arm in there. So, of course, you know, I did. And I did manage to dislodge her package. But in the process, that stupid swinging door thing that is the, you know, that you pull back to drop the packages in. Oh, it closed on my thumb, like right there where that big bruise is under the nail, and smashed it. Oh, it hurt so bad. It's like, daggone it. Next time I'm not going to offer to get anybody's packages unstuck. For the Dodgers, Corey Seager. Although we all know I really would do it again, even though I got my thumb smashed. Frank Thomas for the White Sox. That is a base card short print. I think it's all 300 to 320, if I remember right, or maybe it's 301 to 320. Anyway, it's that little section of cards are all base card short prints. They're all our older players, retired Hall of Famer types. Yasmani Tomas, 250, black and white parallel for the Diamondbacks. We haven't found as many, in this case, in this whole case, of the ones that have the lady's face instead of the logo as we found in the first case. First case, there were so many of those. Like, it was crazy how many there were. Not as many in the second case. Jose Ramirez for the Indians. That is the blank team name. David, are you still watching? And if you are, do you happen to have another little score update for me? I know we've got to be getting down to the last couple minutes of it, I would think. Kendrys Morales for the Blue Jays. That is the lady's face replacing the Gypsy Queen logo. Unless they're in some big foul fest, in which case, you know, then it can take 2 days to play the last 5 minutes of a game. I think maybe David might be gone. Well, it'll probably flash across my iPad at some point with an update after the game's over anyway. I have to watch the break on the iPad. I can't watch it on the main laptop that I use to create the live stream because it echoes and stuff. Oh, David is still there. 76.57, 6:43 left. They only managed to get like a little over a minute off the clock in that whole amount of time. That is insane. Trevor Story for the Rockies. So they must have used lots of timeouts and probably a television timeout and a bunch of fouls. Thank you, David, for the update. So I have yet to pull an Otani signature out of Gypsy Queen or Heritage. Of course, he's SP or SSP, one of the two, in Heritage. I didn't really think he was SP and Gypsy Queen. I mean, obviously his base card's not, but his signature is still proving slightly elusive. Although I guess this is really only the end of our second case. It just seems like there's been more because I was breaking so much other stuff in between, I guess. Honus Wagner. That is a base card short print for the Pirates. Another Bazooka back. Again, that's a whole parallel set in here this year. For the Diamondbacks, Brandon Belt. I'm sorry, for the Giants, Brandon Belt. I know he is a Giant. He's been a Giant, and for some reason, I just popped it right out of my mouth, Arizona Diamondbacks, and yeah, clearly that is not correct. Fortune Teller Mini, Cody Bellinger, Dodgers. He was hurt so much of last year. I hope that... I want to set that Ozuna aside because I want to compare it to the other one. Marcus Stroman tarot insert. Yeah, he was hurt a lot last year, Brandon Belt. It seems like he was out a bunch. He had a concussion, and isn't that like the... He's had a bunch of concussions, I think. All right, now I'm looking at these two Ozunas here. I don't guess the other one was a short print because they both have the same code and they both look exactly the same. So I guess it really was just a base card, but usually when they're flipped around facing the opposite direction, there's some variation on the card. But I guess that explains why we couldn't find it, because there really isn't one. So, hey, makes me feel better, but yet worse. Worse because I thought it was one, but better because there really is no variation to find. Pedro Martinez, blank team name, and also base card short print. So a double variation, sort of. Or a short print with a variation, however you want to look at it. Eric Hosmer to 250 blue border for the Royals. Aaron Judge, tarot insert, Yankees. I don't know how I'm going to get... I'm just trying to think about all the stuff that I have here to break right now and all the stuff that's coming out. We are going to be busy for the next couple of weeks. Some of it's pretty quick, like Flawless. I mean, that's a super quick break. It's really high end and very expensive, but hardly, you know, not that many cards in it. So even though we have to work those in, they're not too bad. But when we start getting into elite draft picks and that sort of thing, man, they got a lot. They have a lot of base cards too. 78.61 with 534 left. So Nova's hanging in there so far, anyway. As I said, I don't guess it really matters to me if Kansas were to win. I just, for some reason or another, I kind of was pulling for Villanova a little bit. Probably because they're the Villanova Wildcats and, you know, my Kentucky Wildcats. I don't know. Just having the Wildcats in the name, I guess. That's a terrible reason, isn't it? But yet, that's probably why. Bryce Harper for the Nationals. It has a subliminal influence on me. Giancarlo tarot insert that was. James Paxton for the Mariners, 250 blue border. Homer Bailey held up well for the Reds the other day. If you watch the Reds or follow the Reds, you know we've had a hard time with Homer Bailey, keeping him healthy. And he had Tommy John. He looked pretty good, though. Trevor Bauer, Indians, blank team name. So maybe that's going to help us out a little bit this year. I don't know. Pitching has just not been good for the Reds for a while. Like 4 or 5 years, which seems like about 400 years, let's be honest. Seems like the world's longest rebuild. We haven't found either autograph yet in this box, have we? I don't think we have. 83-63 with 342 to go. Oh, sweet. Stretched it up to 20 points. Looks like it might be Nova and Michigan. Then I'll be kind of torn because, you know, there'll be Villanova with, you know, the fact they have Wildcats in their name and that subliminal influence on me. But then I'll be faced with the fact that I have Michigan in my bracket. So, I don't know what I'll do about that. Devers for the Red Sox, Fortune Teller Mini. Here's one of our hits. It's Lucas Giolito. White Sox. I don't think I said that, did I? I just realized that. Chris Bryant, Fortune Teller Mini for the Cubs, as I was reaching over to tap my screen awake and managed to make a mess there. Knock over my boxes. Our next autograph in this box is Chris Davis for the Oakland A's. So A's and White Sox out of that one. Jose Quintana, Cubbies, blank team name. Box number 4 has the plastic coming off. Get our little box topper opened up here. These box toppers are so nice. I do really like them every year. Mookie Betts for the Red Sox. I have found some numbered ones. I haven't found any signed ones recently. Definitely haven't found any this year. And I'm trying to remember. I don't think I pulled any signed parallels out of last year's cases either. I might have, but I don't think so. Oh, did Ohtani start today for the Angels? Does anybody know? Did he pitch today? I think I had read that was the game plan, that he was going to pitch today, but then I forgot to look at anything about it. I was crazy busy today. Seems like Saturdays are always such a rush because the post office has short hours, so I'm always rushing and cramming to get things, mailed out. And then there's always all the weekend stuff you have to do. You got to run all the errands and go to the grocery and all the stuff you don't have time to do during the week because you're working. You got to try to pile it into Saturday and Sunday. But since tomorrow's Easter, pile it into today. The Red Sox just hit a nice, big, booming hit. Rafael Devers rookie auto for the Red Sox. Very nice. Very, very, very nice hit. And of course, if you want a one-touch, magnetic one-touch case for anything that you pull in any break with me, there's the capless variation. And not only is it capless, we have the double variation because we have the lady's face replacing the Gypsy Queen logo as well. So nice little hit for the Astros with the Jose Altuve. But if you want a one-touch magnetic case, all you need to do is send me a message on eBay or jump into chat and let me know. It is at my cost for the case and the PayPal fees to receive the money and all that jazz. Paul Goldschmidt, Diamondbacks to 250 blue border. And so for a regular case, it ends up being right around $3, covers everything. If it's a booklet case or something like that, it's a little bit more, but the regular cases are $3. Trey Mancini for the Orioles. That's the lady's face replacing the Gypsy Queen logo. Ohtani didn't play. Wasn't he scheduled to, though, or did I just, like, dream that? Was he not supposed to play today originally, and I just somehow had the days confused in my head, or did something happen and there's a reason that he didn't play? Daniel Murphy to 250 for the Nationals. You said originally, so originally he was or wasn't scheduled to play. I'm guessing was, and something happened, but maybe originally wasn't. I don't know. And this is another base card short print, and it is my man Hank Aaron. I love Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron and Johnny Bench are my two favorite all-time baseball players. Love them both. Happy to see Hank come out there on that base card short print for the Braves. Score 87 to 70, 2:39 left. Very nice. Devers for the Red Sox. So Nova's gonna go on and win it, it looks like. Up by 17 with 2:39 to go. That looks pretty solid. I mean, again, I know stranger things have happened. I know they could. Kansas could still come back and win, but I don't think so because they haven't been ahead the whole game. I think momentum is on the side of Villanova. You guys are always so good to update me on all my scores of various things. Football, baseball, basketball. Bryce Harper for the Nationals. Yeah, I don't mind missing most of the games because I enjoy doing the breaks. I think it's a lot of fun, but I do like to know about the scores. So those of you who routinely keep me updated, and there are several of you, I appreciate it very much. Andrew Tolles for the Dodgers. It's our second signature out of this box. Taro Devers for the Red Sox. 91 to 70 now. Whew, with 154 to go. He says it has been a rout. You are correct about that, sir. It has been a rout from the word go. Puig for the Dodgers Tarot insert. I mean, they just came out, Kansas, just came out not playing well, and Villanova came out ready to rock. Chris Bryant for the Cubs. I mean, when you're a couple minutes into the game and you're already down by 16 or 18 points, that's not a good sign. Sometimes I think those are the hardest ones to overcome in any sport. When you immediately get really far down in the score, I think it just messes you up mentally, even though there's plenty of time to turn the tables and flip the script and get back in the game or win the game. And some teams do, for sure. But a lot of times, I think it just mentally messes you up when you get punched in the mouth right out of the gate. And then I think those are the games that are lost almost in the first 5 minutes. For the Dodgers, Cody Bellinger. I don't know. With Villanova coming out there, I think Villanova can beat Michigan. If it had been Kansas and Michigan, I probably would have said Michigan. But Villanova, Michigan, I don't know. I think Nova can win that game. You know what? This is the second time we have pulled the mini Ahmed Rosario. This is numbered to 99 for the Mets. Nice little rookie hit there. And the last time that I pulled the mini Rosario, we pulled the full-size Rosario autograph out of the same box. And then that was like break before last. Then in the last break, oh, who is the other Mets rookie? Dominic. We pulled Dominic Smith. We pulled the same thing. We pulled the mini for him. And then in the same box, we pulled the full-size. So it's like the Mets have been just crushing the Gypsy Queen breaks this year. Bazooka back Brian Dozier for the Twins. At least in terms of the minis. Anyway, they've hit a lot of the minis. At least three of the 4 I've done, the minis have been the Mets. That is Mike Trout for the Angels with the tarot insert. 32 seconds left, 90, does that say 93.77? I am blind, or does it say 98? It says 93.77. Yes, well, Kansas can hang it up because they have lost that game. Kenley Jansen for the Dodgers, that's the blank team name. And I hope they're not doing stupid stuff like fouling every 5 seconds, because when you're that far down, I don't really care how many times you foul in the last 30 seconds. You're not going to win. All you're doing is prolonging the agony. Last box in this half case. And is, of course, the last of the case, too. So the next Gypsy Queen break that we do will be the start of a brand new case. And this one will be numbered, a little Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers, and it is numbered to 150 with the blue parallel on our nice little box topper. They're a little thicker this year, the box toppers, than they were, I think, last year. All right, last box mojo. Let's see if we can pull some fire out of here. Finished up 95 to 79. Whew, that is a butt whipping, isn't it? To be, I mean, you know, in the Final Four, usually you expect the games to be a little closer than that. That's kind of a butt whipping. Because, I mean, Loyola Chicago, they ultimately lost by, I don't really know exactly, but maybe 10 or so. But for much of the game, it was a lot closer than that. This game just from, like I said, the word go, Kansas just got smoked. Ah, well, that is why it's March Madness, right? Dexter Fowler for the Cardinals, and that is the blank team name. The Angels to 250 blue border. And I don't guess there's anything unusual about Josh Bell. He was facing a different direction, though. So let's check both of those cards. Let's check the Chris Sale that went out before him. And that is a base. And then we'll check Josh Bell. Yep, it's just a base, too. So I guess he was just in there in a weird sort of way. George Brett, this is a base card short print for the Royals. I've got some Signature Series baseball, too, that I need to do a break with. Fortune Teller Mini J.P. Crawford Phillies that I haven't managed to get listed yet. And that's Kevin Kiermaier again, tarot insert. My kitty might be getting ready to jump in the empty wrappers. It's kind of skirting around the edge of them right now. You can probably hear him over there making noise with it. Sometimes it's like a big pile of leaves. He just likes to jump in it. Or the kitty equivalent of a pile of leaves, I should say. And again, that was the Justin Upton base card. So even though he's capless, that's not one of the variations. For the Mariners, we have the lady's face replacing the Gypsy Queen logo. Fortune Teller Mini, Chris Davis for the A's. And that is for the Dodgers with our tarot insert. Seems like a long stretch with no inserts right there, didn't it? To 50 Brad Hand for the Padres, black and white. And of course, when we get to the end, which we're close to, we just have a few packs left, I will recap the signature hits. We will also go to the Topps checklist for the Rhys Hoskins. I mean, we know it's the Phillies, but we'll make it all nice and pretty and official. Fortune Teller Mini for the Yankees, Gary Sanchez. Edwin Encarnacion, Indians, blank team name. And our autograph hit here is also for the Cardinals. It is Harrison Bader. It's going to be numbered as well. That is to 150. Got the nice little blue border there. Bryce Harper. That is some sort of... Oh, that is Jackie Robinson Day, right? Yeah. I think about that for a minute. That's Jackie Robinson Day. So nice. for the Nationals. And those don't turn up very often. Once a case, twice a case, something like that. So nice little hit there for the Nats with the Bryce Harper, Jackie Robinson Day. Minnesota Twins hit with Berrios, Jose Berrios. Another Ohtani, just base card. Three packs left to look at, and then we'll recap and go to the checklist. Tell you don't realize how much you use your thumb in breaks until you smash it up in a postal box trying to get some lady's package out. It was already kind of banged up because I broke the fingernail, or broke the nail on it at the first of the week, like way down low into the part that hurts. Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers, like down into the quick parts. It was already kind of banged up, and then smashed it up today. It's a hot mess. Justin Turner for the Dodgers /50, black and white. Speaking of a hot mess, he got smashed up pretty good in spring training. Broke his wrist with a pitch. Fortune Teller Mini, Clint Frazier, Yankees. Who, as far as I know, still been out with a concussion, so he hasn't played this year that I know of. All right, let's go to the Topps checklist and take care of Mr. Rhys Hoskins here first. That's the logo swap parallel for Rhys Hoskins. Let me get the right page up here, and then I'll bring you right along with me as soon as I can get the page going. And we're going to have to just scroll for a minute till we get down here. Of course, we know Rhys Hoskins is a Philly, but I just like to put it on the screen so that everyone can see it and we all know that it is there and no issues with it. Rhys Hoskins right there, Philadelphia Phillies. So that makes it all nice and official. And this is in a sleeve, so I'm not writing on your actual redemption. We can take a quick little buzz here through our short prints and things before we do the autographs. So the black and white, of course, numbered /50. The nice Bryce Harper, that's the Jackie Robinson Day insert. And that's blank team, numbered /250. Lady's face or logo swap, that is base card short print. Blue borders are going to be numbered to 250. Blank team, bazooka back. Base card short print, numbered to 250. Logo swap, numbered to 250. Capless variation and the logo swap for Jose Altuve. Blank team to 250 to 250. Blank team name, bazooka back, base card short print, logo swap, blank team numbered to 50, base card short print, blank team to 150 or to 250, sorry. Logo swap, that is base card short print, logo swap, blank team name to 250 to 250 to straight up 50 and another bazooka back. So those are our primary short prints and numbered parallels. Then our hits, we have the nice Rhys Hoskins for the Phillies. So nice little rookie with the logo swap variation. For the Twins, Jose Berrios. Cardinals, Harrison Bader, rookie on card, blue border to 150. Ahmed Rosario is our mini. Nice little rookie hit to 99 for the Mets. Andrew Toles for the Dodgers. For the Red Sox, the Rafael Devers, very nice hit there for the Sox. For the Oakland A's, Chris Davis. For the White Sox, Lucas Giolito. The Brewers, Lewis Brinson. Cardinals again with Tommy Pham. And then the Phillies again with J.P. Crawford. That is all that we have for tonight. So once again, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you bidding and breaking with me and keeping me updated on scores, chatting with me and all that other jazz. In case someone is watching the recorded version and you're interested in knowing your shipping dates or things you might not have caught on the front side of the break, here again is the anticipated shipping date, also with information about what happens if you don't pull a card. Of course, obviously you pulled, cards and Gypsy Queen. Every team has cards out of that. And then a quick little spin through what's coming up in the days ahead, once again, if you missed it earlier. And hopefully I will see some or all of you again on another break in the days ahead. In the meantime, enjoy your Easter tomorrow and April Fool's Day. It should make for a fun day to combine those two. So hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend and a nice holiday tomorrow. And until next time, take care.